Hey everybody, welcome back to Common Ground Gardens. How you guys doing today? Hope you're doing good. So yesterday I talked about the two questions I always get asked. And so we learned about how to start your veggie garden. I hope you guys are going to go out and do that. The second question we're going to talk about today. You won't believe this, it's pretty funny though. People always ask me like 10 times a year, Allison, can I plant this potato that is from the store and is growing long green things? Because surely it's growing. I can pop that thing in the ground and I'm gonna get a bag of potatoes out of it. And the internet would have you believe that as well. But the answer to that question is no. Do not plant that potato. It is a waste of your time and water. You probably will get a plant out of it, but you're not going to get any potatoes out of it. They are sprayed on purpose so that they don't make more food. Stores know if we all grow our own food, we're not going to go shopping for potatoes. So throw that thing away. It's useless. Sorry, it really is. I know it seems like a waste, but potatoes are $1 a bag. You're just going to have to take the cost. So let's talk about why. Super interesting, I thought. It came up in when I did the master gardening class. We happened to get a visiting speaker who was from Idaho, and he was a potato seed grower. Excuse me, I'm not quite saying that right. A seed potato grower. And he told us about the process of growing a seed potato. Let me show you one. This little baby is a seed potato. It looks like a potato, right? You could eat it. If you wanted to eat it, you could eat it, no problem. It's got the eyes growing on it. See that? Excellent. So every day in a seed potato farm, twice a day, dusk and dawn, they walk the fields in a line. All the workers walk the fields in a line, and any potato that shows any signs of blight, scab, any disease at all is pulled up and burned. That is an incredibly labor-intensive process. I was actually really surprised. But potatoes are really susceptible to disease. And so these seed potatoes, they're certified seed potatoes. They cost money for a reason. Someone put a lot of work into making sure that this seed potato is as disease-free as possible. It's not a guarantee at all. Last year I did lose a crop of potatoes because we had a really strange year. And they got this weird scab thing and I threw them all out. However, I highly recommend you need to buy seed potatoes. Now everyone's going to say, Allison, can't I just go get organic potatoes from the store? I guess you can, but again, while they wouldn't have been sprayed to hinder growth, it's not the same. These are healthy, wonderful potatoes. So, if you have access to this, I got these at my local nursery, and they also have them at the local farm store that's by us. All different kinds of cool varieties if you want to try, like fingerling potatoes and blue potatoes. These are Yukon Gold. I love these things. These are red. I'm going to say it wrong. I want to say Sarasota, but it's not quite that. Anyway, these are red potatoes. These are my total favorite. And I got a couple baked potatoes because I've never done that before. So I'm going to teach you how to plant a potato also, since we're here. So here's my beautiful seed potatoes. I chitted them, which I learned how to do online, just like you guys, checking stuff out. Put them in an egg cart, one layer, not touching. I just piled them up so I could bring them outside to plant. And I let them, we want the little eyes to develop. I want them to start growing. They can be much longer if you would like, no problem. I've got to get these things in the ground though, so you can either plant them when they have no eye growing, you can plant them when they're like this, or you can plant them when they're a bit longer. Whatever your schedule is doing for you. So here is my beautiful potato. I personally don't cut them. When you cut them, you open up an entire surface that can get disease on it. It's totally up to you. If you wanted to cut this potato, you're gonna cut so that each section has eyes that are growing. So I could cut it right there and have 2 seed potatoes, which is great. Now, the internet will also have you believe that you can grow a potato, cover it up, it'll grow, cover it up again, and you're going to end up with 100 pounds of potatoes. That's not true. You do need to hill your potatoes, definitely. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to plant this potato in a trench. So I'm going to dig down my beautiful garden beds, 6 inches, maybe a little more, and I'm going to put this little guy into the trench. And then I'm going to hill him up. And then when the plant grows about ankle high, I'm going to hill it up again. So it's going to be mounded over, and there's going to be 2 little teeny leaves at the top. Potato's going to love it. No problem. And that's about how much you need to hill. Foot, 18 inches, definitely not more than that. Now the reason you're going to keep an eye on it is because the potatoes are going to grow close to the surface, and you do not want them showing. So if you happen to go out and see your big giant potato plant and see little bumps of potatoes on the surface, you want to go ahead and mulch that or put more dirt over it, because the potatoes will get green and then you can't eat them. So keep an eye on it. You want all your potatoes covered. And the one thing finally had explained to me properly is, you know, how deep do potatoes grow? How deep do I need to loosen the soil? As deep as you comfortably can. 2 feet would be awesome. But this is the bottom of the potato plant. This is in the ground. This is going to be your potato plant, and all the tubers are going to grow in this area. So all the new potatoes grow above the seed potato. So keep that in mind when you are calculating how deep you want to bury that baby. So if you have room, go plant some seed potatoes. Fresh potatoes from the garden are fantastic. They're almost not as amazing as fresh tomatoes from the garden, but if you've never had a fresh potato, it will change your life. I had no idea that potatoes were juicy before I grew my own potatoes. So fantastic. They take up lots of space, but if you have a little bit of room to squeeze them in, or you have a bucket and have room to grow potatoes, you could use a big bucket, great big planter, a grow bag. They grow potatoes really well. You're going to plant your little potato right down in here, about that deep. Put the soil to here, let it grow. Once it's grown, put the soil all the way up, and I bet you'll have awesome potatoes at the end of the year. Very exciting. You should try it if you can. Alright, thanks you guys. That's my 2 biggest questions that I always get asked. Do not plant the gross potatoes from your kitchen. That's my lesson today. Have a great day. Bye.